Hey kids, it Mr. Today I'm going to talk about my long journey with this game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Now if you've been on the internet for a while or if you care about video games, you've probably heard about it. It's known for three things. It's made by Ubisoft, it's known for its large ensemble of characters to play as, and it's known for Jinxie. Now before I rant about how much I hate this game, I'll talk about what it's about. Rainbow Six Siege is a tactical first-person shooter that was developed by Ubisoft and was released on December 1st, 2015, by Ubisoft. The game was first announced in 2014 with a beautiful and intense presentation that has nothing to do with the game and basically became a famous example of developers downgrading their games from what was presented prior. Anyways, the main objective is the attackers find the bombs, get the diffuser, enter the building and plant the diffuser. Then they defend it until it disables the bomb. They have 3 minutes to do this, or they can kill all of the enemy defenders. If they run out of time, or the defenders disable the diffuser, or if all the attackers die, they lose the round. The defenders have at least 30 seconds to prepare themselves for the enemy attack. The two teams switch roles every few rounds. Each team has the respective characters and their own special gadgets they can use to win their team the round. First team to win 4 rounds wins the match, or first to 5 if it goes to overtime. That's the super oversimplified version of the game. I'm not going to delve too deep into all the mechanics of it because we'd be here for about an hour. Onto my life story. I got this game when I was 12 in November 2017. Oh my god, that's almost 6 years ago. Where'd the time go? I don't want to grow up. Anyways, one Black Friday afternoon after school, my parents told me, "Sean, since you've been a good boy, we'll buy you the Xbox One for Christmas." So we went to the Microsoft store in Metrotown. Hey, remember that place? We talked to the nearest worker there, and we talked about getting me a brand new Xbox. This is an accurate recreation of the conversation there. "Hey there, Microsoft worker. Where can we get a new Xbox One S?" "Oh great, I can help you get one. It comes with 2 free games, Forza Horizon 3 and 1 free Ubisoft title. What kind of games do you like, sir?" "Well, I mean, I like racing games, but I also like first-person shooters like Halo and Call of Duty." "Then you'll like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege." That's actually how she pronounced it. Yo, I'm sorry, what? "Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege." Rainbow Six Siege? "Rainbow Six Siege." Oh, okay, I'll get it. "So you want Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege?" Yes. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but that's basically how it went down before my parents talked about warranty. Time to rant about the game. One big factor of Rainbow Six Siege is the very high skill gap and learning curve. There's a lot of different mechanics in the game, a lot of different metas come and go, and new characters and patches constantly change things up. The playstyle of the game is very different from a fast-paced game like Call of Duty. It's much slower paced, methodical and tactical, and you need to be very precise with your shots. Communication, calculation, and some very high situational awareness are very important to succeed. Now that's great and all, but the problem with a high skill gap like this is that the learning curve is so high it makes walking up Mount Everest seem like a very easy task. If I stopped playing the game for even a few days, for me at least, I'd regress and play like I've never touched a controller before. It's very difficult to just pick up and play. Like if you take a break from it and come back some time later, good luck trying to relearn how to play the game and how to aim. This situation has happened to me way too many times. It's not a game meant for very casual players. You need to be competitive and play like it's your full-time job in order to succeed. That is one of the 3 reasons I don't like the game anymore, and the main reason why I don't find any motivation to try it again. Another big problem with the game is the patches and the changes. 90% of the changes to the game are things no one even asked for. I remember seeing a clip of them announcing this one big change to a character, and there was nothing but boos from the audience. The developers barely listen to their community. Even now, I check the official website to see what they change and laugh at some of the nerfs and buffs to certain characters. Some changes are more controversial than others. They don't understand how to make the game fun, which is what we play games for, and instead they focus more on simply making the game more tedious and unfun, and even more serious. And this has been going on for years, but I've held back and forgiven them every time, saying, hey, they'll probably make things better in the next update. A lot of it is very subjective, but at the same time, something really bad and controversial can unite the very divided player base and motivate them to complain in harmony. In other words, some changes are objectively not good. The final reason I hate Siege and quit it a while back, and this is the most important factor, is because of the community. In order for players to feel welcome and encourage them to be more active within the game and its community, it's good to have a nice and friendly player base around it. Unfortunately, that is more rare than
Ubisoft making a good game.
Video games will always have at least a moderate demographic of people who just happen to be the worst humans on the planet. Now imagine that is the entire player base of a game. Now it's not the worst one ever, but it's definitely up there. When I used to play this game, I always played it with my buddy Caleb. Every single match we played, no matter how he performed, good or bad, he always got messages from not just our team, but also on the enemy team, messaging him some vulgar stuff about how bad he is. Note that he also got these if he performed well. Here are some of the nicer examples from him. I can't show any more because it would probably get me in trouble, but you get the point. Now onto my side of the story. Here are some of the nicer messages I got in my lifetime. For some context, these people were on the opposing team, and my team was winning. I've been sent several messages in my lifetime, but I never responded because 1. I learned a lesson on how you should never feed the troll, and 2. Now I'm not saying everyone is terrible, because I met several friends because of this game. But this game is filled with some really shitty people. It can be very demoralizing, especially for newer and or inexperienced players. And it's not just through communication. These people also have their ways to mess everything up when playing the game itself. Some players kill their own team because they think they're funny. Some people will just play the game to cause chaos and mess with people. Some players think they're Soviet spies and help the enemy team by telling them where their teammates are and purposely sabotaging the team. Some players will leave the match. Some players are so bad that they decide to start hacking because they're incapable of learning how to actually play the game. The list goes on. I apologize if I sound a little harsh, but that's the best way I can describe these people. I basically spent the majority of my grade 7 to grade 10 years of my life playing this game. It became an addiction of mine. I also never mentioned how buggy and unpolished this game can be. I never mentioned how much money I spent on it. I played Rainbow Six Siege for about 5 years. I had a lot of fun times, but things always slowly come to an end. I started despising the game and its changes that are objectively worse. I watched the developers continue to mess up this game that I spent so much of my time playing. It was tragic. I was slowly losing my sanity and self-respect because of this game. Then I quit and my god was it the best decision of my life. My life has been a lot better since I didn't have to think about playing this dumpster fire. Well, until I wrote this project. Now that I think about it, looking back on it all, I realized something. Rainbow Six Siege was never about hitting the highest rank. It was never about being the best and most skilled player out there. It was never about learning the playstyles or the maps or all of the mechanics, none of it. It was never about withstanding all of the awful toxicity. Rainbow Six Siege was all about the friends we make along the way.